Somebody might be getting closer to themselves, more intimate with themselves, and then they might be starting to feel like people can hear everything that they're doing. But I feel like what's more important is that you hear yourself. I feel like somebody's gonna get the confidence to go ahead and do whatever it is that God is calling you to do, and not have to worry so much about predators or anything like that, because God is protecting you. These people are so locked into what you're doing because they're the ones that's afraid. They're afraid you're going to take their job. They're afraid you're going to take their spouse. Their kids are going to love you more than their kids love them. They're just jealous and scared. All right. They're trying to call you a hater. They're trying to call you a hater. And yeah, I feel like they're rushing in to attack you, but they think they're defending themselves. They don't realize that they're paranoid. Okay, they're paranoid, very much so, very paranoid, and it's because they are aware of who they are, and so it makes sense for somebody to want to put them on the map as far as being a person of interest. They know all the schemes they plot daily. So they don't have the luxury of being confident. Um, yeah, it's like there's nothing for them to be proud of, nothing about themselves they can be proud of. So yeah, they're constantly on the defense. But I feel like nobody is really worried about these people that you may be coming in contact with. Whoever this is getting closer to themselves and being more intimate with themselves. Yeah, you may notice that you hear some people creeping around the backyard, or you might notice people peeking at you and trying to read your mind, or trying to have some sort of a telepathic conversation because they're afraid to talk. These are people who have been pushed out of society because of the stuff that they say. They talk reckless. They say stuff that make people look at them twice. Like, do I need to call the cops on you or something? Like, you know. So this is what makes them hide away in the background. And so for whoever this is, this group, you guys are experiencing some shadow work, maybe digging deeper, and that's why you're coming in contact with these people, because they've been left behind. Yeah, society has turned their back on these people, and I feel like it's important to note that these are not people that you need to focus on. These are not people who deserve your attention. They need to be working on themselves. If they're not working on themselves, then they're going to be stuck there much longer than you are. Or whoever. I feel like you're going through a situation you're passing through, the valley of the shadow of dark or death, valley of the shadow of death, darkness, and ultimately you're going to conquer whatever devils you pass, whatever you look at it face to face, become more familiar with it, and also kind of like become an alien. What is it? Build an alliance with this your high priestess, and your shadow self is building an alliance with your higher self. And then you have Page of Wands? Okay, so you have Page of Cups to go with your Page of Cup, your King of Cups. All right, so yeah, so somebody is definitely coming together with themselves emotionally, understanding your own feelings, and that they are yours alone. Okay, nobody can steal your personality or your energy or anything like that. I feel like maybe you've been going through a situation where you feel like people were siphoning your energy. But if you feel like somebody might have taken something from you on a spiritual level, that's going to be their problem. It's whatever God has for you is for you. And if anybody is getting caught up and involved with what you're doing on a devilish black magic type of vibe, um, that's curses. That's like it's almost like they're cursing themselves. The only way you're able to survive this is because you love yourself. And these people have already established themselves as being your hater. So how to be you but hate you at the same time? At the end of the day, it's just they don't realize the type of hole they're digging for themselves is a grave. Ultimately, you have Eight of Spears here. I definitely see you juggling a lot of situations that will lead to pain. It might seem hectic right now, like you're focused on this thing and the next thing, but it's all going to be for your you're going to profit in some way from everything you're working on right now, and you're definitely going to see it very soon. Six of Swords. I feel like whoever this is, you have the stamina to get through this darkness. The thoughts that arise to the surface in response or in retaliation to these devils that are attacking you, is it becomes part of your mentality to not even skip a beat. You're very natural at what you're doing, what you do. And I feel like you know how to keep to yourself, you know how to mind your business. And that ultimately that light that you reach is yours alone. Anybody following you and trying to take what you have is again putting themselves in danger. I can just see that your energy is meant for you. It's almost like how animals evolve to protect themselves. Um, and then you might have some parasites that they either want to take you down or ride on your coattails. But ultimately, whatever shell you develop is going to protect you. You're not evolving to protect people who are trying to steal your energy. But then I feel like some people they're clearing a path for you. I feel like whoever's attacking you is basically clearing a path in some way. Like you're gonna absorb them, almost like a whale absorbing shrimp. You might not even notice it. One at a time, you might not notice it, but you'll see just how well your thoughts are balanced out, and that's because you're using other people's territory, almost like seeing from a bird's eye without being a bird yourself. You can still okay, so these people are afraid, and that's why they're attacking. That's why they're constantly cursing the world and everything else. But you can see what they're afraid of and internalize that. This is for some people. There's a lot of people that preach not to internalize these type of emotions and energies. But whoever I'm talking to, because you internalize little bits at a time, um, that's what builds you up to this Six of Swords, adds to your arsenal and being able to think straight, because now you know you're not afraid of whatever they're afraid of. It's almost like surveying the land by looking at the greatest threat. And if everybody's scared of you, you're like, oh, okay, I'm good. Because you're not scared of yourself. They're scared of you because they know you can defeat. And the simplest way to defeat them is to ignore them. Because all they feed off of is attention. Give yourself that attention and build your business. Now is not rocket science. Now is not that difficult to see where this energy is coming from. The more they stare at you and try to get in your life, the more you focus on yourself. And there you go. You're not distracted. Well, for one, I feel like this courting energy, and I'm getting at this, I feel like whoever's coming in is not somebody you can feed off of, is what I'm getting. Somebody who might be doing the same thing you're doing, But don't be fooled. A courting process is you filling this energy out and deciding whether it's worth moving forward with it. But I feel like you're going to fill this energy out and decide for yourself if this person can contribute to your life in any way and not just mirror you, or compete with you in some way. I'm hearing anything you can do, I can do better. But I feel like this person is technically doing the same thing you're doing. So there isn't really much of an exchange, because with this energy, for the most part, I feel like you need something to feed off of, and you can produce whatever you're producing on your own. So it would involve someone who can get you down this road, someone who is helping to protect you from the naysayers, and someone who's basically bringing you out of darkness. And so it's a combination of you ignoring, so feeding off of the haters as they motivate you. And also, I feel like it's going to be very comfortable for you. I just saw 11:22 on the clock. It's going to be very comfortable for you as you absorb this energy. You're not afraid of it. It's not going to hurt you in any way. They are afraid of you. You're not afraid of yourself. So it's just powerful energy that you can use. For them, it's a weakness. For you, it's strength. Whoever this is that's trying to pretend like they're you and you're supposed to behave like them, it's just not true. So I feel like these people are going to inspire you when at some point they might have been limiting you or holding you back or inhibiting you. Once you start to absorb their energy, it's like you're excited to wake up in the morning. You can count your blessings every day. And whoever this is, it may have taken time for you to get here, but I feel like this is your natural demeanor, your natural default and factory settings is to use from your environment. And that's what you have, an abundance. So you've basically moved to the next step in your life. With this energy, you've moved to the next step. Suppose you lived in an area where there were nothing but lions, tigers, and bears. And now you suddenly realize that you're capable of outrunning a bear, or, you can take down a lion. It's just like all this time I've been hiding in my house, but now I've got meat racks and new coats and all sorts of things because you're no longer afraid of this energy. And it's still there. These people are reproducing all the time. They're cultivating new anger every single day. Mad about life. They mad because the sun rose. They mad because they hear other people living their lives. Constantly hovering around you. I feel like this is everywhere you go. You have energy to pull. Look at it this way. Because it's never going to end until you see from that perspective, until you see that all of your problems, and it's specifically for this group that's having problems, take those problems specifically and turn it into light, because there's a reason why you went through this. There's a reason why nobody can follow you to this place where you're going. Why most people are afraid of what you're dealing with. It's definitely a reason why. And I feel like the main reason is just so you can have something that they don't have. Is making you exclusive. You're an exclusive merchant. You're offering something very exclusive. And services are free. So whereas most people have to account for purchasing inventory and managing and stocking inventory, you get yours for free. All you have to do is sit back and wait for the haters to hate. Without a doubt, they're coming. This is real. Because if you were to let them continue to control how you see the world, Like it really is a bad day just because they're cranky and they're cranky every single day, you wouldn't be able to get anything done. It would have turned into something like depression or um, laziness or some type of mental disorder. But I feel like because you're focused on God, you're focused on Christ that these people don't have access to, and they might have really thought that they won this war because they didn't hear from you. You disappeared for a little while. You went into hermit mode to pray and work on yourself. And as you rise back up, it's like, okay, what's next? As you pass by these people who were tormenting and terrorizing you, now you say, what's next? You're ready for more. And they're like, I'm not enough for you? No, you're not. I need much more. I need much, much more than anything you have to offer. The devil doesn't have enough to satisfy this void. I feel like somebody is working void. It's an insatiable thirst that only Christ can quench. And Christ is the one leading these people to you. These disobedient people, he's giving them a chance left and right, telling them to follow him, accept him, stop cussing and fighting and carrying on. But they ignore him, and eventually they run into you. And people say, they use words like, it's the wrong place, I'm the wrong one, I'm not the one. But you are the one. You are the one. You're the right person for this job. I wish they didn't run into you because you're loving them as you love yourself. So they disappear, okay? Ultimately, they disappear. And all you see is yourself. Is a season, is a seasonal change. This could be happening in the fall. This could also be their fall from grace. But it's definitely a seasonal change happening here. And I'm looking at this orange and this black here. Something about orange is the new black. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I really don't know what that means. Somebody's taking another breath. Somebody's rearranging their lives and getting things sorted. Something about a new world order. Something's being sold. Maybe somebody sold their soul. Somebody is definitely feeling trapped in your aura. Let's find out who this could be. Somebody's feeling trapped right now because they didn't know that you had this. They just didn't know what they were dealing with, basically. They thought they had you all figured out. Like, okay, so she falls every time I do that. I'm going to do that every time. She going to fall every time. And then you don't budge. Somebody said hitting you was like hitting a rock or something. Like they just broke their hand and they never recovered. Now they got a disformity. For any messages from here, who could this be? Okay. This could be a Sagittarius that you're dealing with, or I could be talking to a Sagittarius, an Aries, a Taurus. I could be talking to a Gemini. There's doubling down with the Gemini energy here. So this could be you. This could be you mirroring yourself. This could be you fighting demons within yourself. This might not have nothing to do with anybody but you or whoever this is in a collective. This could be a self reflection. Very possible. But I feel like whoever this is, at some point, if you saw this in someone else, you would say it was ugly. But then when you work on yourself and you learn to love yourself, it's like, well, if I had to love that ugly person, then I can love myself. If I can love somebody, well, I feel like, okay, this is coming out a little strange, but I feel like whoever this is cute. Somebody's cute. But if you really look at yourself with your own negative mindset, You might think that you were hideous, but you learn to love and appreciate other people. You can learn to love yourself. And people actually do find you attractive. Like people have crushes on you. People think about you, wondering what you're doing, wondering if you like them, get your attention. But whoever this is, it's like, it's almost like they're barking up the wrong tree just because I feel like you're so focused on yourself that you just don't care. Like if you really were to have a conversation with these people that's stalking you, you will really hurt their feelings because I really feel like you don't care nothing about what they're doing, nothing about what they got going on. It's like they're dead to you. I mean, literally, I feel like you've accepted the fact that you live around zombies. Like they're the living dead at this point. And they just don't understand how you think. Like it's really not a joke. It's not a game. I feel like you've made peace with this, that people are dead to you, but they still thinking you on 2020 time. Like we still making friends. We still, I don't even know what people do nowadays, but they think they could go out for drinks or something or smoke a blunt together or I don't know, get high. I don't know what these people do, but it's not happening with you. I feel like whoever this is that's going through this new transition is learning to love themselves. You're not necessarily trying to be friends with everybody around you, especially these haters, these stalkers. And the type of stuff they do to get your attention is so dumb. It's like every single day if they ever had a chance, which they didn't, since day one, they never had a chance, but they have even less of a chance day by day because of the dumb stuff. All right. And you growing into yourself and learning yourself has nothing to do with them. They sitting around like wild dogs. Like you're not suddenly going to be friends with some wild animals. That's crazy. God the Son. I'm hearing Christ collecting people and calling people to follow him. There's a select few that Christ allowed to follow him around, and they were called disciples. 12 out of the multitudes. I just see two. So something about two. I feel like God is calling somebody to build some sort of a spiritual ark, and so you're going to collect two of every kind of personality and build a new, what is this? A new what? A new ministry? What is going on here? Something's happening. But I feel like you're being called to do it and you're going to have your message. I have no idea what you want me to say. I don't know what's going on either. So whoever this is for, you know what's going on. And this is so private that it's not coming up in this reading. And I also feel like this is something personal, like something you got going on that's there's confirmation coming from the universe that you are divinely protected, and almost like there's an approval coming in. But something about two of every kind, building this new arc, building this new soul tribe, a new family, a new community, people who think a certain way. And then it's almost like conspiracy theorists, but like the way people look at you is going to be like, people don't believe nothing coming out of your mouth. They don't even understand what you're talking about. It's like like a brand new language, almost like aliens, by the way you think and the fact that your thoughts determine how you look about this earth. Look at these mermaids. Like it's like a new Atlantis. Like people are going into the water spiritually. There's something about a new birthing process. And I'm also hearing like a heartbeat from a mother. So almost like the universe is your mother and you hear the heartbeat of the universe is an incubation period in this creative womb, this creative environment. This is how protected you are. And also like this mother would do anything for you to make sure that you are born, including checking herself in the hospital early so the doctors can watch her and supervise her and make sure you are safe. Okay, so you're in good hands right now. The universe loves you. The universe is very appreciative of being able to support your dreams and your goals. Yeah, almost like you're being raised to the level of a deity. People are worshiping you, but not really like in a weird way, like just kind of adding their light to your altar and helping you to shine. But ultimately, everybody bows down to Christ. So maybe this is you leading people to Christ, people who were otherwise lost and confused. Maybe these haters. I mean, ultimately, you loving them as yourself, bringing them to Christ because they're going to be clinging to you no matter what. So it's between them and God, what God says to them once they meet face to face. If you don't want nothing to do with them, they're going to disappear because they are the living dead ultimately. But yeah, I feel like whoever this is that's stalking you, some energy with this funeral home, they're gonna stay. They're gonna stay in that evil place. Basically, you're not gonna be raising anybody from hell to heaven. Nobody's going to heaven with you. They're not even allowed to walk on the face of the earth. They remain in darkness and they struggle for the rest of their lives. Yeah, definitely.